what's up? This is Panshul and I have completed my 3x3 tutorial series, and on the 8th video I asked a question if I should make more video tutorial series, and I got a resounding yes, 100%. So guys, I got a request from one of my viewers, hopefully a subscriber, to make a video tutorial series on the 4x4 Rubik's Cube. It was very heartwarming and I was overjoyed because this was the first request that I have received. I also want all of you guys to post any comments, requests, views and opinions about my channel in the comment section down below so that I can make content that you desire to watch. So guys, let's begin with the first video of the 4x4 tutorial series. Guys, I will now teach you about the terminology and the notation on the 4x4 because 4x4 is quite different from the 3x3. Guys, the first difference is the centers. So, in a 3x3, there is one center which never moves no matter what we do, as you know from my first video of the tutorial series. But in the 4x4, the centers move, and there are 4 pieces which resemble one center when they are connected together like this. So guys, the second difference is the edges. So in the 3x3, there's one edge. But in the 4x4, there are 2 edges of the same color which resemble one edge when they are joined together like this. So guys, the basic notation is the same on the 3x3 and the 4x4, but there are a few extra points to learn on the 4x4. So if you don't know the basic notation, please go check out the first video of my tutorial series on the 3x3 Rubik's Cube, and it would be a great deal of help for you if you learn to solve the 3x3 before you learn to solve the 4x4, and it will make your life much easier. So guys, the difference of notation on the 4x4 and the 3x3 is when we move these 2 layers together and these 2 inner layers. So first I'll teach you about one outer and one inner layer together, these 2. So when we move both of these together like this on the right hand side, it is known as a R wide move, and when we move it down, it is a R wide prime move. When we move this down on the left hand side, the first 2 layers, it is known as the L wide move, and when we move it up, L wide prime move. U wide move, U wide prime move. D wide move, D wide prime move. F wide move, F wide prime move. B wide move, B wide prime move. So guys, next is when we move one of these inner layers. So if we move the right hand side layer, it is known as a small r move. When we move it up like this, and when we move it down like this, it is known as a small r prime move. Similarly for the left hand side, when we move it like this, small l move, and when we move it like this, small l prime move. And we use only these 2 moves in the inner layers, other moves are not used. Let's get on with the first step. The first step is making the centers. So first we need to know the color scheme well before we start making the centers. So for a comparison, I have a 3x3 here. On top there's white, on bottom there's yellow, in front blue, on the right hand side orange, on the left hand side red, and back side green. So one thing which will help you to learn the color scheme is BOGR. So if you keep it like this, and then B, O, G and R. And another thing is you need to know the opposites. So opposite of blue will always be green, opposite of orange will always be red, opposite of white will always be yellow. And on the right hand side of blue, when white is on top, orange, and left hand side will be red because opposite of orange is red. So now I will teach you how to make the centers. First of all, we will make the white center. To make the white center, first we will look for a center piece which has white color. So this one. Now we will keep a finger on this so that it becomes easier to find the other white pieces. Now we will look at the cube and find another white piece. So I found this one. Then we will connect these two like this so that there's a bar. So if they, both of them are like this, then we can do F prime and R to get it connected. Now we will keep it like this so that we can allow this to come up here. We can do R wide move and this comes up here. And now we know that the three whites are here, and we'll search for the last white, which is right here. So we'll rotate the cube like this. And now here's a trick. So you need to make this, and then you need to know about this center. So you need to concentrate on this center, and there are 4 slots. So top left side, top right side, bottom right side and bottom left side. So wherever this edge is between these two, this one, you need to keep it the other white edge like this. So for example, it is like this. So this is on the bottom right side, and then you will have to keep it on the bottom right side. Then do R wide, U, R wide prime. And this is how we can make the white center. Here's a short note. It is very easy to mess up this again and again, but it is very intuitive, and so you need to practice it again and again until you get good with this. Just keep in mind the trick that I taught you, and you will be able to do this in no time. So guys, next we need to make the yellow face. So to make the yellow face, first we will keep the white face down by rotating the cube 180 degrees. Then we will see if we have any yellow center pieces on the top layer. So in this case we don't. Now we will look in these 4 faces because the bottom face is already solved. So if we find any yellow center piece in these 4 faces, we'll just move it up like this, move it out of the way because our white center got distorted, and then move the layer which we moved up previously down, so that our white face gets preserved. Next, we will search for another yellow edge centerpiece. So here, this one. So now we will place the piece in such a position that when we move this up, we create a bar. So I have put it in such a position and I move this up. So L white prime. Now I need to move this out of the way so that I can fix my distorted white center. So we'll just move it out of the way like this and move it down. So this gets solved. Next we'll search for another yellow centerpiece. So here's one. So what we can do is keep one of the yellow centerpiece of the bar in relation like this. Then we can move this layer upwards, out of the way and down to fix our white center. And now we have come to this position. Now we can search for the last centerpiece. So one is right here. Now we will use the same trick. So in between these two, this is the one and it is on the bottom left side. So we keep it on the bottom left side, this one as well, like this. By doing F moves, we will have to bring it into the same slot as this one. Then we do L wide prime, move it out of the way and back to fix the white and make the yellow. We'll have to do R moves as well. It won't always be L moves like in my case. So guys, next we need to make these 4 centers. So to do that, we will rotate the cube like this so that one side is white and the other side is yellow center. Now we will make the blue center first. So we'll check for blue pieces. So in this example, I have it right here. So what I can do to make a bar here is move this out of the way. Then I can rotate the cube like this. And now I can match them in a position to make a bar and then move it back up. So a bar is made. Now we will keep the bar in a vertical position always, not in a horizontal position. Now we will check for blue pieces. One is right here. So what I can do is, I can do L wide 2 and get this shape. Now I'll search for another blue piece, which is right here. So now we will use the same trick. Between these two, this one, it is in the bottom left side and this one is in the top left side. So we will do F moves and get it to the bottom left side like this one. After moving this up, we can move it out of the way and bring it down. Now we will keep it like this so that blue is facing us in front and white is facing on the top. So if we remember from the color scheme, when white is facing on top and blue is facing us, on the right side we have to build orange, B-O. So what we will do is keep the blue like this in the bottom and start building orange. So first we see if there's any orange center here already. So in my case there's this one. Now we will check here on top, and so there are two. So what I can do is bring one of them into a position to make a bar. So this one is already there. So I'll do R white prime, build the bar. Now we will notice that our blue center has been distorted. So what we can do to fix it is do F prime to move this out of the way and then do R white to fix the blue center. Now we can join this and this to form the 3 shape or the L shape that I had shown you. So to do that, we can move this like this, move it out of the way and move this up so that we have the shape. Now we can hold the cube like this and check for the orange center. So it's right here in the bottom face. So this is on the top right. So the center piece between these two is also on the top right. So we can do R2, R white 2, move this out of the way and R white 2 to get it fixed. Now last two centers are difficult, but this one is very easy because this shape has already been made. This one is on the top right. So we can do F moves and get it on the bottom right. Then we can connect it like this to make a bar, move it out of the way and move this down. And if you did all of it correctly, your 6 centers should be made.
Guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring that notifications bell. Also share my video with your friends and family, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.